Hi there. If you clicked on this video, I feel like it's very likely that you're a Minecraft YouTuber with the dream of earning enough money so that this can be your job. You've been working hard, you've been putting in the time, the effort, and you really enjoy content creation. And maybe you're getting closer to monetization, or you're nearly there, and you're just wondering what it'll be like when you do get monetized. Or maybe you're still kind of testing the waters, you're not entirely sure what it's going to be like yet, but you are curious about what it would be like if you kept this up and would eventually get monetized. Now, monetization is desired by so many YouTubers, but not everybody achieves it. I will say I feel very lucky to be a YouTube partner, but I also worked really hard to get here. So if you are currently trying to make content creation work for you, I fully understand that you want that financial aspect to help make your dreams come true, to help you do something that you've been dreaming about doing for so long, potentially, right? But the financial aspects should not be the main factor of you wanting to be a content creator. I made a video before that was titled "You Should Be a YouTuber," and in there I talked about how you should be doing content creation because you enjoy doing it, because you have a good time, and that you should keep in mind that monetization is often really far off. Nonetheless, if you would look at my current progress, you might think, wow, she really popped off out of nowhere and she got monetized. But there's so much that you didn't see behind the scenes. Like the fact that I've actually been doing content creation for over 11 years, but I've just hopped across many different channels. I've learned so much along the way, and I'm still learning to this day about where to improve, what to do better, etc. Now I know you did not click on this video for this whole ramble-damble, but forgive me, I feel like a little bit of context or a little bit of an introduction can be useful for something like this. Now I do want to give a little bit more extra context to how I got monetized on this specific channel, because I feel like it's important to know what went into getting to this point. A little reminder that to get fully monetized, so to have access to ad revenue, you need to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours over the time span of a year. And in the beginning, those numbers look really daunting, like they look humongous. But in the end, I've learned that a couple of videos doing really well is quote unquote all you need to get there. I started uploading again last year, in the beginning of the year, I think February or March. And in the beginning, I was just kind of uploading whenever possible. I was mainly focusing on live streaming and then turning those live streams into YouTube videos because I've always had a love for video creation. And so I uploaded once every few weeks, maybe once every few months. But then I moved, had a bit of difficulty getting back into work mode, and decided to go all in on content creation in October to see if I could make that my full-time job. Spoiler alert, it is not my full-time job. It was really ambitious of me to think that I could do so, but I must say, I feel like I've made so much progress over the last couple of months, and becoming a potential full-time creator is not super far off. I feel like at the moment I can definitely call myself a part-time creator. Anyway, to get to the point of monetization, it took me uploading short form very frequently and then also really uploading long form frequently and finding a couple of videos that just worked. And I'll have you know that it's not the videos that you put in countless hours upon hours. The main video that actually helped get me monetized, get me over the threshold of the watch hours, is "You Should Be a YouTuber" video, which if you look at it, is basically uncut, unedited gameplay with just a voiceover and a little bit of Minecraft music, and that's it. But I guess I had something to say that people wanted to hear. Anywho, that's kind of my journey with monetization. Now more specifically, I think I hit the first YouTube partnership threshold in April, and then people were able to already send super chats and become a member of my channel. And then the month after, in May, is when I got fully monetized and was able to also have ads in my videos and live streams. And I officially got my very first payout this month, because YouTube does this thing where you don't get your payout until you've hit at least 70 euros, or I've heard it's $100. And then the payout doesn't happen until the end of the month after. I know what you want to hear is probably that I instantly made so much money that I could just quit doing any type of work that I need to be doing and can just live off of my YouTube AdSense. I can tell you right now that that is not true. Hitting YouTube partner, becoming monetized is a really big achievement. Like, when you get to that point, that is absolutely incredible, and you should so pat yourself on the back for doing that, because not a lot of people have the determination to get to that point. All that to say, it really does take a lot of hard work and time. Maybe you're quote-unquote lucky and you have a video that you didn't expect randomly blow up. But sometimes it takes years upon years before you get to this point, and you might even become really demotivated at some point, thinking you might not get there because you're closing in on the deadline of your 365 days, which is what I had as well. But if you keep going and you keep improving your content and you keep learning about what makes videos interesting, what works for you, what works for your potential audience, etc., you will probably get there. But then you've put in all this time, all this hard work, and you were probably already looking at your analytics. But I can promise you, after you get monetized, you kind of start doing it even more. At least that's what it's like for me. I overcheck my statistics all the time, to the point where I open my YouTube studio and go look at my latest video or whatever, and I refresh like every couple of minutes, and I just stare at it, which is really unhealthy. And that's something that you should be doing, but in case any other monetized graders see this, I'm hoping I'm not the only person who does that or did that in the beginning stages. But it comes to the point where you get a couple hundred views or a couple thousand views, right? If you're like more of a slow growth kind of creator, and then you get like disappointed because, that's not a lot of views. And the reason you think this is because your revenue that you get is based on how many thousands of views you get on a video and how long people watch for. So if your numbers are not like through the roof, there's not thousands upon thousands of views, and people don't watch for like longer than 2 minutes, let's say, you just look at those numbers and you go, this is a bad video. People really didn't look at that. You start getting really negative about it. Well, I'm sure not everybody does this, right? Some people are really good at this. Some people get really grateful. They stay really grateful all the while. I'll promise I'll come back to it, but that is currently what I've been going through after monetization. And at that point, you really have to remind yourself, like, okay, looking back a year ago, when I was just starting out or when I was not monetized, getting a couple hundred views or getting like 1,000 views or maybe a couple thousand views was like, that would have been such a great, insane achievement. Like, the fact that you could make a couple of euros, a couple of dollars off of a single video that normally you wouldn't have is pretty crazy. It's something that a lot of people would go nuts over. And so I know people really wait for that moment to get monetized, and I can't prevent you from making the same mistakes that I made, but try to always come back to, wow, me from a year ago would be so impressed with these numbers. Me from a year ago would be so happy and proud that we got to YouTube partnership. Maybe even me from a month ago would have been so impressed by these views and these people commenting on your videos, you know? Like, it can get really disheartening when the numbers are not what you expect them to be, but just because you got monetized, the numbers are not suddenly gonna shoot up into the sky and deliver you hundreds of euros or dollars every single time you upload. It's still up to you to keep creating good content and to also keep creating content that you just enjoyed. Like, don't forget about that. I think that's something I've been catching myself as well, is that now I'm just thinking, oh, there's this one video that did really well, maybe I should just recreate something like that, and then I'm not then I'm no longer thinking about what I enjoy doing, why I started content creation and what I love about content creation. I'm just thinking about, okay, I need to recreate this really popular concept that people love to watch because it just gives me more money. Something that also happened to me is there was this really popular concept in the Minecraft space, and it still is really popular, and it performed really well. The video did really well. It got me quite a lot of money from, like, I've never seen that much money coming from a video. I've also not been monetized very long, but it was really cool to see that coming from a video. I'm still really proud of the video. I'm still really happy that I did that, and I'm glad that people enjoy watching the video and want to see more of it. But there came a point where I had been told how there were ties to this concept that I didn't really agree with on a moral level, right? Like, in any other scenario, I would not be supporting this, but I'm seeing how well it's performing and how people are joining my community because they love it so much and because they want to see more of it, and already existing people love it a lot, want to start making their own videos like it. And so I just felt bad. I was like, okay, do I just continue going with this because, like, you know, it's made me a lot of money and it's really popular and people really like it? But I actually just had to take a step back and think, okay, in any other case, if this was someone else and it wasn't about you, what would you do? And I would probably just tell them to go with their gut, and follow their morals, stick to their morals, because that's what's more important. That's so much more important than one video performing really well, you know? So yeah, I feel like I'm talking really negatively about getting monetized. It is great. It is really cool. Like I mentioned before, it's such a cool and wonderful achievement. And dude, you get to make a bit of money off of something you already really loved doing, something you put a lot of time and effort into, and that's like the most incredible, wonderful feeling when you've put time and effort into something creative that you enjoy and you can then earn some money off of it, no matter how much it is. So, you know, don't let me try to scare you away from monetization. I just wanted to share that when you get monetized, it's easy to start thinking differently about your videos and your content, and to kind of not necessarily get turned away from that passion that you had, but you just look at it in a completely different way. It's not necessarily the best. So yeah, if you want, I can be fully transparent about how much money I've made so far. It is not the final number because YouTube takes a percentage off of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's conversion costs or if it's tax. I think it's tax, but I will let you know how much I earned since becoming monetized. The total amount of money I've made since becoming monetized in April, but fully monetized in May, is 473 euros, which is really crazy, okay? I don't know at what point you would get monetized, but I feel like that's a lot of money for somebody who got recently monetized, and I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful. I'm super grateful to all of the people who decided to become a member, anybody who has done a super chat. Like, thank you so much. That's so kind that you are wanting to put your own money into supporting me. And yeah, I think that's kind of what I wanted to say. But I just wanted to share how becoming monetized doesn't necessarily mean everything is yippee yay. I'm just gonna make a lot of money now, that's so cool, I can quit my job, blah blah blah. It does not work like that, because I had really high hopes that as soon as I got monetized I would make a lot of money and I would be okay financially, and I wasn't. So don't give up on whatever work you have just yet. And if you're starting before you have to do any jobs, then that's great. That's really good. That's really smart. And I hope that you can make this work. This goes for anybody who is currently trying to reach monetization. I really hope that you can make this work. You're doing amazing. Keep on going. Keep believing in yourself. Keep improving. And if you ever want to chat to any other content creators, you want to have a look-sees at what other people are doing, feel motivated by them, then make sure to join the creator Discord that I have set up. Because you're not in this alone. I had people by my side who were also fellow creators that I could talk to, but I feel like having a Discord group like this makes it a lot easier for you to plop down a little message, ask for feedback, whatever it may be. So yeah, hope to see you there. And once again, good luck on your journey. You've got this, and maybe we'll see each other in another video. Bye!